Yo, what is up guys, Dimeo is back with a brand new video, and in today's video I'm going to be bringing you guys a little bit of a commentary. In yesterday's video I mentioned that I was going to be giving you guys my first impressions of the Call of Duty Black Ops 4 beta, and that's what this video is today. I have a list right beside me, and there are a good few things that I want to talk about in this game, because there are a lot of good things about this game, and there are a lot of bad things that I want to talk about. And the bad things are quite bad, but the good things are quite good, so let's get straight into it. And if you guys have been following my channel, if you guys have come back to tune in and you've seen my previous videos, then you guys will know that I'm actually a sniper on Call of Duty, and I'm gonna keep it quite brief, my opinions on sniping, because I know that not everybody is a sniper on this game. But let's get straight into it. Sniping on this game, I like it a lot. I think it's very balanced. I don't think it's too easy. It's not like Black Ops 2. In fact, it's actually quite similar to Black Ops 3 in the sense that there's no aim assist. Sensitivity when you're scoped in is higher than normal, and I think it's a good challenge. If you pick up a sniper for the first time, you're probably not going to do that well with it, but if you are experienced and you've been practicing a lot, you're going to be able to destroy in the same way as it was in Black Ops 3. I think it's really good. Of course, it's a little bit easier than Black Ops 3 just because the movement isn't so chaotic. You don't have to catch people who are like flying around and all that stuff. But when it comes to boots on the ground, I'd say it is very similar to Black Ops 3, and I give it a big thumbs up. I think sniping is going to be really good on this game. Big fan of the fact that laser sight is back on snipers as well. That's awesome. Thank you very much, Treyarch, for bringing that back. But anyway, kind of on the same topic of sniping, it's not necessarily to do with sniping as a whole, but I would definitely say it's something that snipers are a little bit more excited about than the average player. Tactical insertions are back, and I am so happy about this. It's not the traditional tactical insertion that, you know, you just have on your class, and you put it down and then you're the only one who spawns off of it. In fact, it's like a team beacon kind of thing. You have to run Seraph, and Seraph has this sort of ability where she can place down like a team beacon, and every single person on the team can actually spawn on it. Now, I'm a huge fan of this, actually. There are some negatives that can come into it in the sense that, like, you're kind of creating your own spawns, which can be a very good thing, but at the same time, it could be quite a negative thing, because if you're creating your own spawns, then it could be exploited. But I'm a fan of it, because if you go into sniper lobbies, everybody's going to be lining up, and there's going to be loads of clip opportunities, and also you get to stay closer to the enemy spawn, which I'm a huge fan of. I love that tactical insertions are back in some sort of way. I feel like it's definitely a more balanced version of the tactical insertion, because of course tactical insertions a lot of the time were used for boosting, and that's not really an option here unless you're just boosting with like a full lobby of 6v6 people, or actually 5v5, because that's the majority of the game modes in this game. It's actually 5v5, but if you're playing like 6v6, you're going to need a full team of 6v6 boosters, which at that point I don't even care anymore, because it's like you're in your own lobby, you're not ruining the game for anyone else, you're just doing your own thing. So I don't really have a problem with it. I think tactical insertions in the way that they are back this year are actually very balanced, and I'm a huge fan because I'm a sniper. I like to stay close to the spawn, I like to stay in the action, so just a very good feature. I'm very happy that it's back. But anyway, on to the next point that I want to talk about, and this is the first of a few of the bad things that I'm going to be talking about in this game. Let's talk about the gunfights. At first, I didn't think this would be that big of an issue, but inconsistent gunfights, holy shit. The gunfights in this game, the only way I can describe them is inconsistent. Sometimes you melt people, sometimes it feels like they are sponging so many bullets, and at the same time, sometimes it feels like you're taking so many shots, but then sometimes it feels like you are getting like one shot by ARs. It's really crazy. The gunfights in this game are just very inconsistent. Same with the hit detection. I mean, that is probably why the gunfights are so inconsistent on this game. It's just because of the hit detection, and there's just so many different guns that do different damage, and there's like different things that affect your health in this game. It's just very weird. I would say that majority of the time it's okay, but then sometimes it's really bad, where you're like putting 6-7 shots into somebody and you're not getting the kill. And the reason you can get 6 or 7 shots on somebody is because there is increased health in this game. There's 150% health, which I actually don't have a problem with. I don't have a problem with health being increased for the first time in Call of Duty history. I actually think this is a positive change for the Call of Duty series, but they need to balance the guns around this health. They can't just keep it the way it is right now, and they also need to fix the hit detection issues and all of that stuff. The reason I picked this gameplay, I forgot to actually mention what this gameplay is. This isn't an incredible gameplay by any means. The reason I picked this is because it actually shows the points that I'm making pretty well, especially the inconsistency in gunfights. You're going to see that a lot in this gameplay if you're paying attention, and you can probably see the disappointment on my face when that ends up happening. But anyway, on to the next point. Let's talk about the maps. I actually really like the maps. So far, from what we've seen, I think we have 6 maps in this beta. And of course, they're always going to pick what they think are the best maps out of the entire game so that they can showcase in the beta, so that people don't cancel their orders and all that stuff, and so that they can enjoy the game as much as possible and hopefully buy the full game because they obviously want to make money. But the maps, from what we've seen so far, from these 6 maps, I actually like them a lot. I don't think there's a single bad map that I've actually played so far. Now, of course, this could just be the fact that I've literally just picked up this game, but so far I'm enjoying them. The maps are really good. I like the whole 3-lane system, but they're not like bad 3-lane in the sense of like Call of Duty World War II. Call of Duty World War II was mainly 3 lanes, but it was just so repetitive. It was like the same layout of the map over and over again throughout each and every single map in that game, or at least most of them. And in this game, you don't really get that. The maps actually have some sort of personality. They're not just the same maps over and over again. And I really like them. Maybe that will change over time. And of course, we're going to have to wait for the full game to come out to be able to get a proper impression of what all the maps are like in this game. But so far, based on a first impression, because that is what this video is. I haven't played this game that much. I've been focusing more on, going to work and, making videos for you guys. But tonight, I'm going to get my first night of just proper grinding this game. But from first impressions, because as I said, that's what this video is, I think the maps are pretty good. I don't know about you guys, but personally, I'm enjoying them. I like the way they're set up, and I don't really have any negative points about the maps. I think they're really great. But anyway, on to the next point. Let's talk about score streaks. And I have mixed feelings when it comes to score streaks. On one hand, I think the score streaks are really good in this game. It's almost to the point where it's like going back to traditional Call of Duty. Now, nowhere near as insane as like Modern Warfare 2. I don't think we're ever gonna probably get streaks that are as insane as Modern Warfare 2, which is a real shame, but it's definitely approaching the strength of score streaks as they were in like Black Ops 2 or something like that. I think the streaks are very effective in this game. I think they put in work, which is great because that's one of the biggest things that people actually play Call of Duty for. It's for the kill streaks and the score streaks and just being able to fuck the other team up as much as possible. And I think score streaks are great in this game, but I have mixed feelings because while the score streaks are very good in my opinion, and I think that they aren't underpowered by any means, they are way too difficult to obtain. I mean, you have to get, if you're playing team deathmatch anyway, you need to get 6 kills for a UAV, which is just absolutely ridiculous. You need to get 9 kills for a Predator missile or a Hellstorm missile, whatever it's called in this game. And that's not okay. I think they should lower that. I think UAVs should just go down to like 350 score, and then Hellstorm missiles should go to like 600 or 650 score. Like, it shouldn't be as high as it is right now. I think it's actually ridiculous that we have to get, what is it, 5-6 kills? No, wait, how many kills for a UAV? I think it's like 5 or 6 kills. I think that's absolutely ridiculous. That is way too much for a UAV. And it just makes the whole gameplay experience just way slower because people aren't confident to just run out and challenge enemies because they don't know where they are. And the score streaks are great, but it's a real shame that you have to sacrifice an arm and a leg to actually get them. And hopefully that's going to be changed by the full game, but we'll just have to see. Of course, this is a beta, so I'm giving it a lot of benefits and doubts here, so we'll have to wait for the full game to come out. But anyway, on to my next point. Let's talk about spawns. Spawns, they're the same as gunfights in this game. They're really inconsistent. Sometimes the spawns in this game are just really bad. Like, horrible. Like, people will spawn right behind you. But then sometimes it's very, very fair. Like, they'll be spawning on the flag that they hold, or they won't be spawning behind you. They'll be spawning in front of you, and you could kind of predict the spawns like you should be able to if you learn them properly. But they're just inconsistent. Sometimes the spawns are great, sometimes they are just atrocious. You will get people spawning right behind you, or you'll spawn right behind someone else. It's probably a lot to do with the whole tactical insertion thing, but either than that, spawns, they're really weird. A majority of the time, I'd say they're really bad, actually. But anyway, on to my next point. Let's talk about 5v5. I have mixed feelings about this. I think 5v5 isn't too bad for some maps, but I definitely prefer 6v6. If I had to choose, I would just continue to go the normal way that Call of Duty always has been. It's 6v6 and then Ground War is 9v9. I don't know. 5v5, I don't really notice a big change so far, but I don't know. I would just prefer 6v6, maybe just for peace of mind. It's just a small little issue. Anyway, on to the next point. You can only have one specialist per team. This doesn't apply to, like, the chaos modes, like chaos team deathmatch. You can have 2 per team, but why can't we just have the same specialist as many times? Why can't there just be an entire team of specialists? It really doesn't make sense. I don't think that would break the game in any sort of way. I actually think it would just make things a lot more interesting. I really don't like that you have to have one specialist per team. I think that's stupid. I hope that they change that for the full game so that you can just have as many specialists on the team as possible. I don't think it would really be that big of a problem. Next point, let's talk about the pre-game lobby loading times. Oh my god, this is probably the biggest issue I have with the beta right now. I absolutely hate how long it takes to get into a game. It is atrocious. It's terrible. And I might sound very, very negative in this video, but this is all just constructive criticism for Treyarch if they somehow see this video. Please, like, I'm not even kidding, halve the time. Like, don't even decrease it by like 10 or 20 seconds. No, straight up cut the time in half. It is way too long. I'm sitting in pre-game lobbies for 80 seconds. That's over a minute just to change my class. Like, it's really not that deep, guys. Come on, you don't need to wait 80 seconds to get into a game. And then on top of that, you have to wait 20 seconds to pick your specialist. And it's just like 100 seconds of just waiting to get into a game. It's way too long. I hope that they lower this for the full game. They really should, because it's just gonna make everything so much slower. Like, can I just get into a game as quick as possible, please? Like, after I finish work and I come home, just want to play some Call of Duty, man. I don't want to have to sit there for a millennia to get into a game. It's really bad. But anyway, on to the very last point, and this one is quite small, and I can almost guarantee that this is going to be fixed by the full game. The menu user interface when you're just in a lobby. I hate that you have that little scrolly thing. Why can't I just use my D-pad to pick things? Why do I have to use this little circle thing that looks like it was ripped straight out of Destiny? I want them to change that. I have no doubt in my mind that they probably will, but it doesn't make sense to me. It's really ugly, it's inefficient, and I don't like it at all. So I'm hoping Treyarch will actually do something about that and change that. But other than that, guys, that has been all the points and all of the first impressions I have for this game. Overall, even with all of these problems and all of these good things, I'm really enjoying the game. I cannot wait to grind this game. I can't wait for the full game to come out with Blackout and everything like that. So far, I'm enjoying the game. I love it. I think this is probably the best Call of Duty that we've had in years. But of course, it's not perfect, and there are a lot of things that need to be polished. But if those things are sorted by the full game, I think we have something amazing on our hands. But other than that, guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave in the comments what you guys think. If you agree with me on certain things, if you disagree, write what you like, what you don't like, and I will see you guys in the next video. If you enjoyed, make sure to smack the like button. If you want to stay up to date with my content, make sure you subscribe. I'll have my last video run up across the screen. If you haven't checked that out already, definitely make sure to check it out. But other than that, guys, thank you very much for watching. Peace out.